Okay. Relatively short time.
It should be. We have a few things on my thing that we need to discuss.
Honestly, we have 6.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Yep.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I now call this board meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Cook, will you please take roll?
Mr. Ravenhorst is absent, everybody else is present.
Okay, thank you. Is there any new business to bring before the board? Hearing none, I would seek a motion for approval of the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Lauman and a second by Mr. Geist. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Next item on the agenda would be consent agenda items 5A through E. Is there any item any board member would like removed and discussed separately? Okay, hearing none, I would seek a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Geist and a second by Mr. Welch. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Next item would be to consider and adopt the resolution for accepting donations. And we had 3, I believe.
So FedEx Ground Stewartville donated $600 for school supplies. We had a donation from Michelle Cross in the amount of $495 for Tiger T-shirts to be used for Roar prizes. And then an anonymous cash donation of $11,525 for the new score table in the high school gym. Phenomenal.
Wow.
Awesome. When they came and presented about the bleachers, they said that that was gonna be coming, right? Okay, I thought I remembered hearing about that. Okay. Awesome. Okay, well, as always, we appreciate those donations. I would seek a motion. I have a motion by Mr. Lauman. We'll give Ms. Kiefer the second. And it is a resolution vote, so we'll go Ms. Cook,
Aye.
Mr. Geist.
Aye.
Ms. Kiefer.
Aye.
Mr. Lauman. Mr. Welch.
Aye.
And I for myself. Motion carries 6-0 nay with 1 member absent. Next item on the agenda is 7. We have the high school student council here, Lexi Buntrock and Landon Hay. Back to school update.
Good evening, my name is Landon Hay and this is Lexi Buntrock. And unfortunately, Savannah Lindbeck cannot be here tonight. We are your school board representatives this year for the student council. And we are here to present the homecoming details for this year. Please advance.
This year's theme is Rio Carnival. The theme is inspired by the culture of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and the very popular movie Rio. This is a theme that brings everyone together in celebration of school pride and community. For this year, our homecoming head is Samantha Jagish. Please advance. There are a lot of bright neon colors, tropical vibes, and festive energy. Please advance.
Our dress up days, today was PJ Day, tomorrow is Tropical Tuesday, Wednesday will be Color War Day, seniors will be wearing pink, juniors will be wearing blue, sophomores will be wearing green, freshmen yellow, and the staff will be wearing purple. Thursday, people will be representing our country with USA Day, and then Friday, to end our week, we have Tiger Pride. Please advance.
Our homecoming court features Morgan Schild, JC Rath, Abby Langseth, Sydney Clark, and myself, Lexi Buntrock. Our princess will be Beth Baldus. On the other side of the aisle will be Lukey Nelson, Cole Crop, Vince Wellick, Zeke Spencer, Malik Abdi, and our Prince will be Boston Johnson. And Abby and Loki were crowned today. Please advance.
Today we had our coordination, and the coordination took place in the middle school gym at 2:15 p.m. The MC was Mr. Gary Kadansky, and it was streamed on our YouTube page. Our coordination committee head is Alexi Buckrock, and our king is Lukey Nelson, and our queen is Abby Langseth. Congratulations to both of them. After school today, we had boys soccer on the varsity soccer fields at 4:45 p.m. And I believe they won, so congratulations to them on starting 12-0.
On Tuesday, September 23rd, there's a girls' tennis home game versus Cotter at 4:30 p.m. at the tennis courts. And during the match, the student council will be handing out snacks. Please advance.
On Wednesday, September 24th, we will be having our annual Powder Puff football game and He-Man volleyball. This year, we switched it up due to lighting. We will be having our Powder Puff football game first from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on the football practice field. Powder Puff is open to all girls in grades 11 and 12 who would like to participate. We advise to anyone that is coming to watch to bring a lawn chair. After Powder Puff, we will be heading into the middle school gym for He-Man volleyball from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and that is open to all boys in grades 9 through 12 who want to participate. The committee in charge of these activities is our fun committee. Our fun committee co-heads are Logan McCready and Elias Young. Please advance.
On Thursday, September 25th, there is a girls' tennis home game versus Red Wing, and that starts at 4:30 p.m. at the tennis courts. There's also a boys' soccer home game at 4:45 p.m. versus Schaefer Academy at the varsity soccer fields. At halftime, the student council will be passing out snacks as well. Please advance.
And on Friday, September 25th, we have our Pet Fest that will be from 1 to 1:50 p.m. in the middle school gym. It will be streamed on our YouTube page. We have fun games planned for it that the students will sign up for throughout the week when they buy dance tickets or filling out the attached form. Our Pet Fest committee head is myself, Landon Hay. Then after school, we have the parade that will start at 5 p.m. with lineup at 4:30, and all cars must be out of the parking lot by 3:30 p.m. And our parade committee co-heads are Matthew and Christopher Waters. Then to end our night, we have the football game where we'll be hosting Simley at 7 p.m. on Schaefer Field. Please advance.
And to finish off our week, on Saturday, September 27th, girls' soccer will host St. Charles at 9 a.m. on the JV practice fields. Saturday night will be the dance at Sturville Golf Club, originally Riverview. The dance will start at 7 p.m. and go to 10 p.m. Students can purchase tickets in advance for $10, and those will be sold before school and during both lunches from the 22nd to the 25th. After that, they will be $20 at the door. The DJ is Mr. Dan Simmons, and we will have Med City Moments photo booth. If students stay until 9 p.m., we will be serving pizza. Our dance committee head is Bailey Shoemaker, and co-heads are Lise Campbell and Lila McConnell. Please advance. That is all. Thank you for listening. Does anyone have any questions?
Lots of fun stuff coming up.
It does sound like a fun week. I like the theme.
Me too. I like that you get to go out and like leave the gym for the dance. That's fun too. That's new.
Yes,
Yeah.
That is new then?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
new since I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fun. How long did it take you to plan all this?
since spring,
Yeah.
yeah.
Since spring.
And all these last minute changes and stuff, but we got it all figured out, so.
Yeah, people don't realize all the stuff on the backside,
Yeah.
right?
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
And that it's organized mostly by students.
Yep.
So,
Well done, Jill. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for coming.
Excellent job.
Thank you for coming. I look forward to the rest of the year, having you come for our meetings and keeping us updated. And you can leave if you want, or you can stay for the rest of the meeting.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is 8, high student achievement, and that was the principal and director updates. I hope you were all able to read through those. If you have any questions, please reach out to the appropriate principal or director. Next item 9, we don't have anything tonight, so we'll go to 10. Consider and approve the 2025 payable 2026 levy.
So this is an annual task that you have that must be complete by the end of September. And we're recommending that you approve the maximum to collect on our levy, which has been in place since 2019. In December, you'll have the Truth in Taxation meeting for the community to understand where their taxes are going and how they're being spent. And then at that meeting, you'll approve the amount. Right now, it's just at the maximum, that in December, you'll approve the actual amount. So this is a preliminary step to that.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, hearing none, I would seek a motion for approval of the levy.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Welch and a second by Mr. Geist. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Next item on the agenda is item 11, the superintendent update, and you have some items in front of you.
So the first one is enrollment. The shaded area boxes for grade 8, 7, 6, 3, and 1, and kindergarten are maximums. So we are at maximum for open enrollment on those, and open enrollment is closed for all 3 of those grade levels. We have 1,551 residents, 411 open enrolled, 19 students in placements, so our net enrollment is 1,943. We budgeted for 1,940, and so being above that number is always positive, so we're happy about that. It feels stable as far as where we were, where we ended last year and coming in this year. You will remember that last year we were under 100 resident kindergartners, we're at 103, which means we had some families move in to this community, so we're happy about that.
This is the
different
same
down
as, did it change, is this right or is that right?
This says there's
1958?
425 open enroll.
I think this one is correct that you see on the screen. Okay? So we're gonna go with the one that's on the screen.
Got it.
I don't know where this one came from, actually. All right, very good. The next thing we need to talk about is the homecoming parade. I did submit the form that the school board will attend and participate. Lineup is at 4:30 in the high school parking lot, and the parade is at 5. And we need to make some decisions. Who's gonna be driving the vehicle, pulling the trailer, and who's on it? So, Chair Raymaker, you can take it away.
Who would like to be in the parade?
I can drive the pole again, sure.
Okay, well, Troy said he would drive his truck. Let's figure out how many people if we need a
Yeah,
trailer. I don't know about Ryan, so I can't speak for him. Aaron, are you available?
I'm tied up.
Okay. Stephanie, would you like to be in the parade or watch the parade with your kids?
Or did you do Girl Scouts last year?
I did Girl Scouts for the 4th of July.
It's no pressure, really. It's not a requirement.
Watch the parade with my kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Troy's driving?
I can be in it. I think all my kids are in it, so.
I know, right?
Yep.
You're at
I
that
must
age.
join them.
It might
You're at
be
that
right.
age.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay, and I will be in it, so 3 of us.
Okay, we'll probably just drive a pickup
Okay,
I'm in the,
then. There's
so
plenty
4 of
room.
us.
is
Yeah.
4 of us in the back of your truck?
Yeah.
We don't need the trailer then?
No, we don't.
Okay, we don't need the trailer. Okay,
We can either be in the pickup at the windows or in the back.
Just
Okay.
wave out the window.
I think, how many seats do we have back there?
We had 4 back there.
Do we have 4?
4th of July.
it's easier to sit in the back of the, in the bed.
Yeah.
Just because it's throwing out a window.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
I think we have 4.
Well, 2 people could sit in the bed of the truck and he could drive and then someone could sit in the passenger seat.
sure.
That'll be plenty of space. We'll be able,
Okay.
we'll get chairs.
Even if Ryan and somebody, they'll be in the cab with you. Okay. All right, so we're meeting in the high school parking lot at 4:30, but you can't park there. So find another place to park and then walk over. Okay, all right. School board visits to schools. So you have 2 sheets.
One more second.
Oh,
What
yes.
about candy?
Oh, Candy. what about
I
Candy?
personally won't have time to get to Costco or Sam's this week. Does anyone else?
We can get it.
You got it? And then just let us know we owe you. Okay, Troy's on candy duty. Thank
Do
you,
you have
Troy.
Venmo?
Huh?
Do you have Venmo?
I do.
Thank
I
you.
don't hardly ever use it, but I do.
Remember, it's only around the block, but in front of Central will probably be 6-8 deep,
Oh, yeah.
because it's always crazy.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
okay, thank you for that, Troy.
School board visits to schools, so you have the sheet here that just talks about our purpose. And we want to connect with students in an academic setting, engage with staff and learn more about what they do, and then observe and or participate in the learning activities. We're asking you to sign up for 2 more visits from January through April. Visit different buildings at each session, and actually, if you want to start before January, you can. I have on the calendar November and December. Connect with the building principals 1 week in advance of your visit. It's very important that you connect with them so that they know you're coming and they can make preparations. Wear your school board ID badge. Be comfortable because you may be engaging in the learning activities with students, right? You might be getting down on the floor, playing kickball in the gym or whatever. The options you have are to follow a student, follow a staff member, focus on a grade level or content area, or tour a program and facility or something else. And then during the second board meeting of every month, we'll share your experience that you had during your board visit meeting. So here's the sheet to sign up. At least 2 different visits if you can. It does say up there 3 or more, but if you could do at least 2, that'd be better. And then you can either return this to me tonight or bring it to the next board meeting. Once you complete the form, I will take it all and transfer it over to a spreadsheet for the principals so that they know who to expect will be contacting them and what you'd like to do. Any questions?
If you still have kids in the district, try and if you can visit a school that maybe your child doesn't go to, that you're not in as often, would be one word of advice that I would have. So you can see how things run in other buildings.
I will say, you probably don't realize the impact that you have when you're in the buildings, but it really does validate for the staff the work they do, and they really like having you there.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Pick on my daughter.
Well, if you can't do all the schools, I would just suggest trying to do ones that you don't get into as often.
Okay, I have one other thing that's not on my superintendent update. Today, we experienced a power outage at Bear Cave. Have not been confirmed, but it was suspected by people that it was a lightning strike to a power pole that knocked out a transformer and then knocked out power. And that building was the only one affected. I want to commend Principal Johnson and all of the staff at Bear Cave for the excellent care that they provided for our students during that time. We didn't have lights, we didn't have air handling units working, phones went dead. I mean, it was quite an experience out there. And when the emergency lights come on, they're not everywhere. So there are classrooms without windows that didn't have lights, bathrooms didn't necessarily have lights in them. So it was a bit scary for especially the younger children. So I really want to commend the staff in making sure that they still felt safe and cared for. Also, huge kudos to Joyce and Rose, who handled hundreds of phone calls. As soon as the Skylight went out, parents were very concerned. They wanted to get there to get their kids, which is very understandable. And then also a big shout out to Schmitty and Sons, especially Brian Runkle and all the drivers who were able to get themselves organized and out to Bear Cave to get the students home safely. It all came together very, very well. It was not an expected way for us to start our day, but it ended up turning out to be an okay situation for everybody involved. It was tense there for a while because we were concerned about how we're going to get this all managed, but came together beautifully. Everybody stepped up and it worked like a well-oiled machine looking from the outside. Inside, we were like paddling underwater like a duck does, calm on the surface, crazy on the bottom, but really did go as well as we could expect it to do. Afterwards, Principal Johnson held a post-event meeting with his staff, and they talked about what went well, what we could do better next time, and there were some really good suggestions on things that we hadn't thought about. So I really want to thank the Bear Cave staff and Schmitty and Sons for all the work they did to make this work.
I was wondering that, like, how did you debrief from that? Was there learning that could happen? Or even now, some of the things that Mr. Johnson learned from his staff feedback that the other buildings could maybe help?
Yep.
You know, not that we want this situation to happen, but it could.
Yes. So we have a district leadership meeting the first week of October, and he's going to compile all his notes
Good.
about what went well, what could be done better, and bring that forward. And we're going to add those kinds of things to our protocols for crisis management. So each time there's something like that, we always try to do a follow-up and make sure that we are learning from our experience. But for all intents and purposes, it really did go as well as we could have expected. So wonderful.
My daughter came home wishing that she could have stayed at school.
Oh.
Because she thought it was fun. So you could tell whatever they did, it wasn't scary.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the teachers kept it calm, kept it fun, kept things going. And so I thought that It's kudos to them. The kid could come home scared
Right.
or, worried or whatever, and she definitely was not. And so that speaks volumes to what they did in that situation.
And it's interesting how dependent you are on power,
Yeah,
right? You
Yeah.
couldn't do anything. There
Yeah.
was no internet, there was no computers, we couldn't make a meal.
Yeah.
There was, so, wanted to keep the freezers closed and the coolers shut, so you didn't have that stuff go. And so, very interesting, to work through that process.
How long was the power out?
I don't think it came back. He met with the staff in the media center without lights or power. And it was sometime after lunch, I think.
maybe like noon, come some of the teachers around noon or something.
So, but they
They've been out
stayed
there
and
a
worked through the rest of the day, did some data dives on student assessment data and all those kinds of things. So made good use of the time. But overall, it was an eventful day that we hadn't planned for.
I have a question. I was a little confused on the email he sent out. Do you have a backup generator or you just have standby battery backup power?
I don't know what we have.
Because you said both, and like, doesn't, I
Yeah.
was just curious.
The batteries, and in the text that I sent you, the batteries to the generator did fail.
Oh,
And so,
that's what it
yeah.
was.
So that's something, and you don't check those batteries all the time, only when you need them. So, anyway,
Okay,
okay,
thank you for the update.
Thank you.
yes. On the backside is the superintendent search meetings that need to get scheduled. So I've been visiting with Barb and Amy. Barb and Amy were here at our last meeting. And the board did approve engaging with MSBA. So there are two things that need to get scheduled very, very soon. One is hiring the right superintendent, which is a learning workshop. And it would be anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours for that. And then there'll be a planning and decision-making meeting separate from that, in which the board will set the timeline, decide how you're involving stakeholders, what your qualifications for a candidate would be, and then your selection criteria. And so both Barb and Amy would like to get those two meetings scheduled in October and/or November. And then we'll move on. I had a conversation with Nicole about the remainder of these meetings. We'll move on to what those might look like and where those might land. But we want to get as many dates as we can to possibly get through those two meetings that I just mentioned, plus reviewing the stakeholder input and feedback, depending upon who you involve as stakeholders. That would take a meeting. And then reviewing and approving the vacancy brochure before that goes out. That's another meeting. And then your bias training before you screen applicants is a third meeting. So what we're looking in October and November is to get 6 to 7 dates that we can give to MSBA to hopefully get us through the bias training.
5 meetings.
Okay? I'll share with you as well, once these first 2 meetings are scheduled, I won't be the point of contact anymore. It'll transfer over to Chair Raymaker. And then if you involve me, that would be through your invitation or through Nicole's invitation for me to be involved. But otherwise, I won't be involved in the scheduling of the remaining meetings or what they'll be about. Okay, did I leave anything out, Nicole?
No, I don't think so. I have
Okay.
other notes, but we'll pick our 5 and then I can.
Okay,
So, what we're gonna do to make this easy and not confusing is we're just gonna go around the table. We're gonna start with Mr. Lauman, and you're gonna say every single date that you're available on that list that Ms. Selfer sent out. And she is gonna be
I'll be
taking the tally.
Yep.
And then we'll go over to Ms. Kiefer, Mr. Geist, myself, and then at the end, we're gonna look for 5 dates where all 7 of us can be there. We already have Mr. Ravenhorse Estates.
We only want yeses.
Yes,
So what you'll do, Mr. Lawman, is go through your list and give me the dates in which you are available.
it was emailed to you.
Dates are.
They're on the back.
Yes.
You good? Yes. So whatever your guest days are,
9, 15, 16, 21, 22, 28, 29, 10, 11, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Thank you.
Okay, 9th, 15th, 21, 28, 30. 6. 11. 13. Is the 14th a Friday?
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. That's on my calendar.
Okay, the 14th. 18th. That's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
I can do any of them.
all of them?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, look at that.
I can too.
I'm boring.
Nicole, you're all of them?
I can unless you think that on the 9th I need longer, because I'm meeting with them at 4:45.
Yeah.
Because these meetings will go from 6 to 9. Or less, but 6 to 9 is what we're gonna start, not 7. So, yeah, okay, I can do them all.
An hour is gonna be plenty for your other meeting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm circling all of them for you?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm not that easy, Troy. The 9th,
Okay,
29th and 30th.
all right.
There are a couple of question marks in October that I maybe could do if we need to. So, 6th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 14th, 17th, 18th, and 20th.
21, 22, 28. 6 and 10. 17, 18, 19, and 20-ish.
Ish.
Do you want to tally those and then I could say my other points while you're doing that quick?
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Okay, so these meetings, whatever dates are gonna get thrown out here in a minute, are gonna be from 6 to 9 here in the boardroom. And then if you wanna make notes that after those 5 meetings that were discussed, the applicant screening, that will start in January. And then we wanna have everything done and a job offered to a new superintendent by in February. And I need all of you to understand that candidate interviews for the first round will be at least 2 to 3 nights, and second round could also be 2 to 3 additional meetings. So 1, 2, potentially 9 more meetings after the bias training. And that will all be taking place in January and February. So once we get through the bias training in November, probably, I will get the dates from MSBA that they want or that they're available, and then we'll do kind of the same thing like we just did. So we can get the rest of those scheduled. And then the interviews they'll be nights, but they'll probably start earlier.
Yeah.
Because they go long. So, I can't say what time they'll start. We'll have to take advice from MSBA, but, it's important that we're all present if we can be. So, no, it's just not even if, it's important that we're all here. This is the number one thing, responsibility for us is making the right choice as a team. Okay, what do you have?
Okay, we have no dates in October that are common. I'm gonna ask Christy, would the 28th work? Is it an option?
I can probably make the 28th.
So our one date in October is October 28th.
Okay,
That probably will be
One more
your
questions. Okay.
hiring the superintendent workshop,
okay.
okay? The next date that's available is November 10th.
Can you make
Oh.
a 5-6 work? My wife's gonna be gone to Chicago for work trip,
For,
November 5th and 6th.
oh,
I can pawn my daughter off on the in-laws for a couple hours.
if you
If I
could do
have-
November 6th, that's
If
another
I
date.
have to. Will that help anything?
Yeah, we'll come back. Okay, I'm gonna put a question on the 6th. The 10th is a go, November
Okay.
10th is a go, and November 18th is a go.
So those 3, all 7 members could
Yeah.
come.
But if we could add the 6th, that would at least maybe you could combine a couple of things with your stakeholder input, your vacancy brochure and your bias training. Maybe some things could be doubled up. if we can add the 6th.
Can we add the 6th?
I get back to you.
Besides the 6th, there are no other dates that are close.
Okay.
So what I have is October 28th, November 6th, if Aaron can get a place for his daughter. November 10th is a go, and November 18th is a go.
Okay.
And I can email all of those to you tomorrow.
Okay. Yep, and then
And I'll confirm with MSBA.
even though these dates came from them, so
Yes.
hopefully.
Yep.
They'll get us.
And then I'll turn everything over to you.
Okay.
Amy and Barb will be communicating with you directly.
Okay. So yeah, Mr. Lahman, if you could maybe let Ms. Selfers know after you get home and talk to your wife.
No, she'll be gone, she'll be here, I just gotta talk to mother-in-law.
Okay.
Do you
Yes,
watch
this-
her?
The sooner the better, right?
Do you
Okay.
watch her?
I was gonna say,
Just down the road.
my daughter could babysit her if you want.
Was there anything else for your update? That was it,
No.
right? Okay.
That's it.
Thank you everyone for taking the time to look at those dates. I appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is item 12, board committee updates. So facilities,
So we are in the process of getting the track, the second or the final layer on. And once that comes on, then we will get the striping done. For warranty purposes, we're not gonna be able to put bleachers on the track for the entire year. And so we're still working on where we're gonna place those bleachers for this football season. And then next football season, we can get them to where we want them to be, if we're gonna put them on the track. Me and Confer, we're gonna gear up and start looking at the calendar for next year. But we want to get through negotiations first because there could be some changes to language related to the calendar. For negotiations, we have tentative agreements with the educational support staff, professionals, and the administrative assistants. But I'm not gonna be able to share details until they do with their membership. And so there's kind of a dominoes of order that has to happen. Once that's shared with their membership and they ratify, I'll bring those agreements to you for your approval. Thank you to Troy, Ryan, Nicole, and Will for sitting in the negotiations meetings. We are still in process with the teachers. Policy, I have nothing, and now it's over to you.
and our goal was, correct me if I'm wrong, but at that October, the last meeting in October, right? We wanna hopefully.
Hopefully, we have all 3 union groups ready for your approval.
It's cool. And then, is there any other updates from any other committees?
Good, is that update?
Okay.
So Patrick, proposed so Zed cannot, levy for LTFM like, independent school districts can, because they're a co-op. So what they've done is they've proposed a, funds from each individual school, that the 6 member districts will levy. It's a small amount. It'll be separate than the current levy, which supports their, the building. This is something just for LTFM. For the purposes of maintaining the beautiful building that was built a few years back. They have been able to maintain that building from funds that were gotten from the sale of the other facility in Byron. So that's what they've been using to maintain their building. That eventually will run out. And just like all, like our school, we need to have money to support the maintenance and of the building. So this is what they're proposing. It actually, for the 6 school districts, it was a total of $36,000. Which wasn't a lot, proportionally to what our LTFM funds are each year for the schools. So Stewartville's was about, and it was based on enrollment or based on participation. So Stewartville's portion was about 20% of the total of the 36,000, which was $7,411.93. And that would be levied next year to be paid in '27. It's the first time going at it this way. So they intend on, just kind of pocketing, saving the money until they need it, or, cause at some point they'll have a big expense that they're gonna have to pay for. And they don't get the money the same way that independent schools do, so.
The intent also was, once the building funds are depleted from the sale of those buildings, once that's depleted, if Zed doesn't have a balance to access to redo the roof, so in 20 years, we're probably gonna have to address the roof, like all buildings will, or the parking lot. That expense all at once would be very burdensome on the school districts, where if you build it slowly over time, they'll have the money available and it won't be a huge impact on each school district separately.
And this percent, it will get reevaluated over, I think it's about 5 years, or several years that will get reevaluated. So it'll eventually go up, just like most things do, but this is the first approach, first proposal. So what they did is they did table the decision until all the members can go back to their boards to share with the boards, what the proposal was. And bring back any concerns that they might have. All the superintendents are supportive of this, but we just wanted to be able to share with the board, so.
Does each board have to vote like we did for approving the building of
No.
Zed? No? Okay. It's up to the Zed board?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Anyone have any questions?
We thought it was fiscally responsible to.
Oh, for
take
sure.
this approach, so.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for going to those meetings. Any other updates? Okay, hearing none. Last item would be 13, which is adjournment. I would seek a motion.
So move.
I have a motion by Mr. Welch and a second by Mr. Geist. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Meeting is adjourned at 7:36 PM. Thank you, everyone.